WrestleMania Backlash is just around the corner and WWE are playing Bad Santa. We were supposed to get a big unification match, but instead, we're getting a Monday Night Raw level 6-man tag match. But everything is still on the line. Not championships, pride. To people who bought the tickets to the pay-per-view, it's like asking your parents for WWE 2K22, but getting WWE 2K20 instead. I would cry.
You guys ever see the movie Bad Santa?
And like I've said, I'm not actually mad about it. Like, I don't want the championships to get unified, but I've been watching this build for weeks now, and this match basically told us, yes, WWE have no idea what they're actually doing. Vince is like, hey, I feel like unifying the championships. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. I know the reason this pay-per-view is called WrestleMania Backlash is because basically all the matches are rematches, most of them, like Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte, Cody versus Rollins, AJ versus Edge, Omos versus Bobby. But to be fair, there's nothing WrestleMania about this pay-per-view. The WWE Championship is not on the line. And you only have one champion. But without further ado, I'm an idiot. Let's talk about WrestleMania Backlash. The first match is Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I quit match. I don't expect anything from this match. I don't want this match. All I want is Drew Gulak getting his revenge. They've been bullying Drew Gulak for weeks. That was quite honestly the only interesting part about the story. It wasn't good, but the only talking point. My man got the beating of his life and I don't even know why. Like, what's the payoff? That was the most random thing you could have done ever. This match being I quit does add something, okay? Like, I don't expect Ronda Rousey saying I quit, so it gives me hope that we might get the new SmackDown Women's Champion. And yes, I gotta admit, the current Ronda Rousey run the WWE doesn't feel special. She just lost that Brock Lesnar type of feel. She just feels like everybody else on the roster, and that's kind of unfortunate, but I might be biased, I know. I don't really wanna see Charlotte Flair as a champion right now. I'm so tired of her gimmick. I'm gonna say this in every single video I talk about Charlotte Flair. She needs to evolve. She's been doing the same thing for years now, and she's the only one out of the 4 horsewomen who didn't change at all. And you know what? My prediction is actually Ronda Rousey. Like, I don't see Ronda Rousey saying I quit. Obviously, there's a big possibility we're gonna get shenanigans like that one time The Miz recorded John Cena saying on Raw, I quit, and he used it in a pay-per-view. That might happen, but yeah, my prediction is Ronda Rousey. Then we have Madcap Moss versus Baron Corbin or Happy Corbin. It seems like WWE kinda wanna push Madcap Moss, and I'm all for it. He's very entertaining, very charismatic. Like, the dude literally has it all except for the gimmick. Like, you can't go far with that gimmick. There's a chance he could be guys like Sami Zayn, who don't necessarily even need to be a champion, and he's the most entertaining part of the show. But that's Sami Zayn, and Madcap Moss is not Sami Zayn. The build is alright, I guess. I mean, I hope Madcap Moss is going to take the W, and hopefully he's going to evolve and the gimmick is going to change a little bit, and I don't know. I don't expect anything from the match, but I hope, and my prediction is Madcap Moss. Bobby Lashley versus Omos. I don't know. I mean, we gotta give credit to the WWE for making the right decision, you know. Obviously, Omos needs a mouthpiece, and Bobby is not that good on the microphone, but he's decent enough to pull it off. This is gonna be the second time we're seeing this match, and I think it's pretty obvious what's gonna happen. MVP is going to help Omos, and Omos is going to take the W. I don't mind the story, but I don't really care either. AJ Styles versus Edge. So I honestly thought this might turn into a tag team match, but it seems like we're still getting a singles match. A lot of people keep saying that WrestleMania match was actually underwhelming, comparing it to AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I don't agree with that. I think it was a great match. It just had a very weird spot on the show. I feel like the crowd was already tired. Now, that's not necessarily my prediction, but I believe at one point Finn Balor is actually going to join Edge and Damian Priest. He will be like, I've actually realized Damian Priest was right. The fans actually suck. Probably not during this pay-per-view, because obviously we are going to get the Bullet Club, AJ Styles and Finn Balor versus Edge and Damian Priest. It's about to happen. I think Edge is taking the W right here as well. Even though he won at WrestleMania, I believe that Edge losing right now wouldn't really make that much sense. I mean, that's the whole point of his character right now. He's calling the shots. There's no way he's losing. He's not gonna win fair, but Edge is taking the W. Big 6-man tag team match. Roman Reigns and the Usos, the Bloodline versus RK Bro and Drew McIntyre. I know, WWE are building RK Bro versus the Usos, and the unification match still might happen. WWE just didn't feel like this is a big enough pay-per-view, so it's gonna happen at SummerSlam. At least that's my prediction. That's the way I see it. Hopefully not. And WWE are building Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns, which at this point I don't really care that much. Like, I'm looking at the WWE roster. Sure, I want to see Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton, but at the same time, I don't see these guys winning. The only matches I'm looking forward to are Roman Reigns versus The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody. As much as I'm loving this current Roman Reigns Universal Championship title reign, it is kinda getting repetitive, and the biggest issue is we don't have legit challengers. It's getting way too obvious right now, so as much as I don't like WWE giving us a 6-man tag on a pay-per-view that is not even Survivor Series, the teased match Shinsuke Nakamura versus Roman Reigns wouldn't really work either. It's just not the same Shinsuke Nakamura we've seen a couple of years ago. When it comes to this match, it doesn't really matter who's winning. It doesn't matter at all. Nothing is on the line. Roman can lose, Orton can lose, Drew can lose. I guess I'm gonna go with Drew McIntyre and RK Bro. This way, Drew McIntyre can say, I defeated Roman Reigns, so I deserve the WWE Undisputed Championship match. And finally, Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins. The most interesting match of the pay-per-view, obviously going to steal the show unless we're gonna get some shitty ass shenanigans, which is entirely possible. But this is the type of match that I don't want anything to get ruined. I don't want to see any interferences. I don't want to see any... I just want a great match like we saw at WrestleMania. And to be fair, I don't even think Seth Rollins should win this one. Yes, Cody already won, but you need to build Cody for Roman Reigns. You need to prepare Cody for Roman Reigns. He needs to get all the W's, and then with all the confidence he could say, Roman Reigns, I'm challenging you for the WWE Undisputed Championship. So my prediction is Cody Rhodes. And by the way, I really want to see WWE revisiting Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. That storyline was not finished, but it seems like it's not gonna happen anytime soon. So Cody should win. But anyway, people, these are my WWE WrestleMania Backlash predictions. Let me know yours in the comments below. The Great One, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.